No, I am not a merry man, but I am here. I guess that says something, right? I guess we're working. Guess this thing is up and running. Shows I'm live. How would I know? You guys will have to tell me because this is not Saturday Night Star Trek, as you can clearly see. It is just me. This is not even Clobby's clubhouse. It's just Christmas with Clobby, and I know that's not a very thrilling prospect. Believe me, I don't like spending Christmas with me either, but I do like spending Christmas with all of you wonderful friends. And so I hope you all had a wonderful, whether you're on the other side of the world and Christmas is over for you or you're still just getting towards the end of it. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, my good friends and clobberers. It is great to see you. I'm so sorry for starting late. It just couldn't be helped tonight. I apologize. Um, but my goodness, it is fantastic to see you all. My chat's way back up there, so I don't know all who's here. I'll have to backtrack quite a bit to get to the new comments there. Let's see what we got going. See who's here with us tonight. Excuse me. Yeah, but I'll have to just go backwards this time. So, yes, Saturday Night Star Trek will return in 2 weeks. So tonight, I'll do something. I figured I would, steer it in a different direction, geek out with all of you, my friends, and I don't know how many Doctor Who fans we have among us. I suppose we'll find out, won't we? Because we don't really talk. I haven't really talked about that much. I'm not even sure what I will do Monday night, so I don't really have I don't have a show note to tell you what's going on Monday night. I just know what I'm going to do tonight in a few minutes. This is Christmas with Clobby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's take a look and see who is here and just say some hellos. Oh, by the way, Max Redstone for the $2 super chat. Look at the box. It says Fragile. Fragile. Market Fragile, as they said. Merry Xmas to you, sir. Thank you so much for that. They're great, Max Redstone. I'm going to back the chat back as far as I can and just shout everyone out real quick, my good friends. I hope you're have been having, and are having, and will continue having a wonderful Christmas time. Dave Rayburn, who I think said something, who did this like yesterday or something. But anyway, that's my cousin. Dave, hope you had a great Christmas, buddy. The Comic Relief Crusader, my friend. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, you and yours. J-Man Buddy, what is up? I don't know if you're still here, man, because I know you posted that a little while ago, but it is great to see your name there. And I hope you had a great Christmas, as I also hope Snorter Pooper Scuba had one. D. Bud Martin, the man of iron. Hope you're doing great, man. Merry Christmas to you. The great Hungry Boy. It's past Christmas for you over there on the other side of the planet, my friend. But it is Christmas in my soul every time I see you because you've been a great pal to Clobberin times, and we appreciate you here, brother. Scuba Pete, fancy meeting you here. I was thrilled to see you over there at the Retro Blasting stream today, Christmas stream. My wonderful friends, Michael and Melinda from Retro Blasting. I love those guys. And it was great to see you there. Hope that shirt was spectacular, buddy. Hope to see you again soon on a stream somewhere. Who else? Let's see. All right, blah, 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 blah. Janet from another planet. Damn it. Janet, I love you. Janet, thank you for being here. It is absolutely wonderful to see you, my dear. I hope you are having a lovely Christmas. Lovely lady. And I certainly am, again, pleased to see you. Kal-El, 48 brother. All right, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great one. Stuart Mitchell is here. Oh, my goodness. You know what that means. We all know what that when we see the great Stuart Mitchell. He's probably tired of seeing it, but Holly had braces. Yeah, buddy. Let's see here. Let's see. Claude Parrish is here, a.k.a. Menimus Prime. Let's see here. The great Chris Persia, master of all that is wrench Canadian. Chris, brother, always a pleasure, my friend. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you had a fantastic day. Let's see here. I had to back the chat way up, folks, so bear with me if you would, please. I'm trying to make sure I don't want to miss anyone. Nerat Enax Amanda Bear, my friend. Hello. Good to see you. Brightest day. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Max Redstone had said previously, anyone want to take a bet on how many Wesley Crusher Christmas ornaments Clobby has on his tree? Well, my tree could barely, as much as you know how much I love Wesley and all that, but I couldn't have too many ornaments on there because I have the Charlie Brown tree. It's a twig, and I'm proud of it. And everything else just kind of snaps that sucker. So I've got a metal Enterprise thing on it that can't even hang from it without snapping from it, and it's an ornament that someone gave me a while back. Mr. Angel, hello there. It is good to see you, Chef. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having a Merry Christmas over there, and I hope you're feeling better, my friend. Crazy Junior. Merry Christmas to you. The lovely Louise X Sparrow. Hello there, Louise. I hope you're having a fantastic Christmas. It is wonderful to see you, my dear. Dark Shadow Logan, buddy. Hey there. Been a dog's age. Welcome. There we go. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. Make sure we got everybody. Bye-bye. Hang on, everyone. Just gonna get this thing up to speed. Oh, J-Man, good to see you there, bro. Wolfie. What is up, buddy? Always a pleasure, my friend. Wolf is 762. I can't do the howling thingy that my wonderful first officer Raquel does, but so let's see here. Speak now, I'll get that in a second here. Philbo Baggins, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Pat S. Buddy. What did you say, Pat S? I hope you had a fantastic Christmas. Another beautiful lady is here, the lovely Sherry. Sherry, my dear, it is so wonderful to see you. Merry Christmas to you. I hope you were having a great one. You guys are you're my Christmas. Christmas just started happening when I came. I hated to start late, but my Christmas started when I came on here to talk to you out and hang out with all of you. That is Christmas for me today. Oh, man. Parrothead, what's up, brother? Good to see you. All right, what a great crowd. Now, again, I can't do it exactly anywhere close to as well as she can do it herself, meaning, of course, my wonderful first officer, Raquel. Nevertheless, I will put the link in the chat to her wonderful works of fiction that you can find right there. And they're, of course, on Amazon and other places. And there's the link for it. Because we always want to help her out. We love Raquel. Big shout out of love to my wonderful first officer, Raquel Briggs. You know, for as of last week, we did 51 Saturday night Star Trek shows straight without missing a beat, without missing a one, which is phenomenal. Look, let me tell you something, everyone. She doesn't have to do that. She does it because she, again, why she won't hang out with me, I don't know. She get mad at me. If she get mad at me for saying that, but between you and me, I don't know why she does. But boy, I'm glad she does because I love her. She's wonderful and have so much fun with her. And I'm just telling you all right now, and I tell her all the time as well, though, how much I love and appreciate her. Just can't believe how extraordinary she has been coming into my life and being such a wonderful friend. So she's just a phenomenon, and she's fantastic. And I hope she is having, wherever she is, and hope she's having a wonderful Christmas tonight with her family and having some great fun. And she's going to be, she deserves the time off, although she would never ask for it, of course. And I always say, look, you got something to do. You got something to do. But she loves to be here with hanging out with me to talk Trek and hanging out with all of you all to talk Trek. So 51 straight. And she has the next two Saturday nights off, and so as does Star Trek itself. We'll do something. So we're doing something different tonight. We'll do something different next week, and then the week after that, on the 8th, I believe it will be, if I'm not mistaken, Star Trek will return with our reviewing all of real Star Trek, 1966 through 2005, smack dab in the middle of Star Trek: The Next Generation. And we will get back to doing that. But the next 2 weeks, hey, anything goes. Well, not anything. I have something of a topic tonight, and I'll think of one for next week, or who knows what we'll do for the New Year's night. But it'll be fun to get back on track. But it's always good to have a break until you need those sometimes. Marshall Lewis, it's great to see you. It's great to see you. But I'd figured, and remember later we'll do some other type geek stuff too. But I figured I would switch gears. It's a holiday. Of course, it's the biggest holiday there is. And we do Star Trek. We did Star Trek 51 weeks in a row. I thought I would go to another TV show a little bit that is not quite prep. If it's not Star Trek's equal in popularity, it's pretty close. It's also been as brutalized, and as a fandom, it's been brutalized as a fandom just as horribly, if not more so, than Star Trek. You can make your case either way. Some say worse. So I don't know how many of you are Doctor Who fans. And if you are, well, before we get started, before we get started, Christmas is a time for love and celebration and things like that. But I will give a bit of a tribute to our, long lost, beloved friend, Mark C., who I wish could be with us, that we lost earlier back in March. And let's just remember him. Christmas is always, you remember people, loss and stuff like that as well. So big shout out to Mark C. We love Mark C. Hey, Mark D with the C is here, the great chief engineer. What's up, brother? I hope you're having a fantastic time with the family tonight, my friend. He has been another, like so many of you, and Mark D with the C has just been such a great friend to me since we, I guess you could call it meeting, sort of, virtually meeting here on the internet a good one over a year ago on the channel here and stuff, and he's been the greatest, and he is, of course, a great chief engineer. Gap Stargate, good to see you, my friend. So, a big shout out to Mark C. But anyway, I'll to my question. Are any of you, and I guess just put a D or a DW or whatever in the chat if you are a Doctor Who fan. I don't know how many. I've done Doctor Who shows here and there, but obviously we do Star Trek every week, and I do comics and stuff. Once in a while we do a little Doctor Who. So I don't know of you, whom amongst you is a Doctor Who fan or not. Oh, Sherry, you're a Doctor Who fan. Okay. Dark Shadow, Comic Relief. Okay. Phil Bow. Good. Okay. Like I say, you never know. Some people are not much of a Trek fan and more of a Doctor Who fan in the other way, but, vice versa, of course. And everyone has varying opinions and favorite doctors. I've been a Doctor Who fan for, it's going to be close. Wow. Maybe next year hey, Parrothead, cool. Huh? Kal-El, cool. I'm glad to hear it. Pat S., glad to hear it. I'm glad we have some Doctor Who fans here tonight. I got you, Snorty. I've been a Doctor Who fan. It'll be 40 years next year, something like that. Maybe 40 years next year, whatever. So it's fair to say, okay, Mr. Angel, well, yeah, I love Blake Seven, so you know that, but yes. Wow, Wolfie, look at that. Just started watching Tom Baker Doctor Who yesterday. Well, does that mean you've watched other Doctor Who, but not Tom Baker? Or is it your first? Tom Baker's my first Doctor, of course. And even I know he's four. He's four, not 4 million, by the way, Chibi, you piece of garbage. But he's first one I saw. Genesis of the Daleks. I was just talking to Claude about that tonight. That's on a snowy old picture from out of Mississippi. Like on the antenna, the UHF antenna. And so it's fair to say because Kalel says, I'm a Doctor Who fan because of my father. He was a fan of the great Tom Baker. Yes, well, there you go. That happens a lot. And I don't know what your origins are, any of you, how you got started. And that's the thing, Doctor Who fans, I guess like Trek fans and others, have a Doctor Who origin story, how they got started and all that kind of stuff. So since it's Christmas, I got to tell you, again, I may be partial to the classic, quote unquote, classic series, but in 2005, as the 16-year gap ended, and yes, a gap because I hate the Fox. Look, I hate the Fox McGann pilot. I like Paul McGann. Oh yeah, Stuart Mitchell. I love Blackadder's Christmas Carol. That's wonderful. I plan to watch that later. I love Paul McGann, the actor, but I hated his pilot. We're not going to get into that now because it's not Christmas. We're talking Christmas Doctor Who tonight. But, wow, Stones of Blood. Max Redson said his earliest is watching Stones of Blood with your dad. That's a Key to Time episode, is it not? So, I do love, I have a lot of, I'll put it to you like this. You can love something and have issues with it. I was really skeptical going into 2005 when Russell T Davies brought the series back with Christopher Eccleston. But I watched it. A buddy of mine found it, it leaked the pilot, or, the Rose episode leaked the internet early on, like a week or so before it was supposed to air or something like that. A buddy of mine got it. And that was when, the show was, for the first few years of the new, quote unquote, the new Who, as some call it. I don't call it that, but some do. It was mostly playing on the BBC, and you'd have to download it if you wanted to watch it over here in the States for a couple years there. It would take a while for it to get over here otherwise. And that's what a buddy of mine, we were doing that. And I watched Rose, and I thought it was, I went in not sure if I thought I was pretty sure I was not going to like this thing because I was seeing pictures in Starlog magazine or Doctor Who magazine or what have you. And Christopher Eccleston, he had a crew cut, or he had like a short hair, and he had that damn like leather jacket. I was like, are they modernizing Doctor Who to the point where I'm going to be really pissed? He doesn't dress very doctorish, and he did not dress doctorish. But instantaneously, it was shown to us that this was a continuation and that this was being done by people who care about Doctor Who. Eccleston was great, and I just fell in love with it right away. I was happy right away. I was very pleasantly surprised. And then when he left, I was like, oh, man, that's too soon. And then we get the great David Tennant. It was just fantastic. And when David Tennant was going, a lot of people were upset, but I'm like, well, he's been around a while. It's fine. Doctor Who, changing doctors every few years is one of the fun things about the show. You love the guy in there. You hate to see him go at the same time. You want to see what the next guy is going to do with it. And I was very surprised how much I loved Matt Smith, although I don't think he had the quality level of stories that Tennant had. But RTD did a lot of things even in the Tennant era that I did not like that much. Well, Merry Christmas to you, J-Man. I appreciate you. So from around 2005 to around 2013-ish, the show was just going through a renaissance, and it was just a huge, huge time for Doctor Who. A very exciting time for Doctor Who. It was fun looking forward to the episodes. Well, oh yeah, look. Yeah, you like the Dr. Beetle, Ace, Sarah Jane, Amy. Yeah, well, yeah. Ace is one of my favorite, if not my very favorite companion, by the way. I love Ace. But so it was a lot of fun. And one of the most fun things about it back then before the show got destroyed. Look, I didn't like a lot of Moffat's era I had a problem with. And as much as I love Peter Capaldi as an actor, I really hated the way his character was written, so I didn't enjoy that era, but it was still, not liking something or being critical of something doesn't mean you hate it. In other words, it was still Doctor Who. It was just Doctor Who that I didn't think was being done well. Bone, hello there. Good to see you, my friend. But one of the most fun things about being a Doctor Who fan for that that span of about, I don't know, almost a decade, was looking forward to the Christmas special. You go Christmas. This was my weirdest Christmas I've ever had this today because certain things going on. I wasn't able to, be with my parents and stuff. But I got my kids going up tomorrow. It's fine. It's just kind of weird. But my point is, you go do your Christmas stuff with your family, whatever, if that's what you do, or however you do it. And by the time you get home, you get if you're over here in the States, it would be night. You get to enjoy the Christmas special. You get to look forward to that. After doing all that stuff, I get to go home and we got a new Doctor Who to watch, a Christmas special. And they were always intentionally Christmassy, which is good. No matter who, and it was just so much fun. Some are better than others, and I've ranked them. Appropriately, there are only 13 Christmas specials. Now, some have said that, Eccleston didn't get one, but he did have an episode called The Unquiet Dead, which was a great episode that takes place at Christmas, but it still wasn't one of the specials. It was good though, and you can almost just say, let's just give it an honorable mention. Now it was really good. One with Charles Dickens. I'm sure you all remember it. But what I've done is rank these worst to first. I'll count them down, and my criteria. Look, they're going to be some. Look, the order is not going to be popular. I rank them on a lot of. Obviously, the most important thing is how entertaining they are, but also how Christmassy they are, if you will, and just how much fun they are because it's Christmas. Some of the episodes they did were a little odd because they were a little bit too dark. I think a Doctor Who Christmas special should be a lot more fun, and some of them they were messed up. Some of them were absolutely terrible. But I think some of them were really great. And we'll all have differing opinions. Like I've seen some that are really, really high up on other people's lists of favorite Christmas special that are really low on mine. But look, no one's right, no one's wrong. It's just your favorites, right? So, what will be my list? And I will as I call one out and talk about it, I'll look and see what you guys are saying about the episode. If you remember it, what do you know? What do you think? Again, I'll just put this out there. I love Peter Capaldi as an actor. I disliked his entire run as far as story content is concerned. I thought I can't name you one episode. But in the first 5, 6, 7 years before, at least before the end of Moffat's run, even on Matt Smith, whom I love Matt Smith, when I would get the new episode of Doctor Who, I would watch it, and then before the night went in, I'd probably watch it again. And before the next one came in, I probably have watched it 3, 4 times. That's how excited I was about new Doctor Who. Obviously, again, I'm someone who leans toward the classic Doctor Who. I love it the most, but I did love New Who. And I love Capaldi. I can't name you almost any episode of his that I wanted to immediately just go right back, turn around and watch it again right after I watched it. And it became a chore, not because of him. He's great. I don't like the way he was written, but I did not like the stories. But I watched them all anyway. Hell, I sat through the fake garbage non-Doctor Who chibi crap. So, what are you gonna do? So anyway, let's go. Let's count them down. What do you think? Anyone ready to count these down? You can just tell me how wrong I am or how full of crap I am. But I'm going from worst to first, 13 down. It's fitting that there are 13 of them since there are only 13 legitimate doctors. And yes, I do count Capaldi as a legit doc. Even because it's not he's a great actor. It's not his fault that show was written that way. And he's fantastic. It's just, I don't know. So, who is ready to count down my top 13 favorite Doctor Who Christmas specials? So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There will be spoilering if anyone's not seen these, but you've probably already seen them. All righty, let's see here. Okay. Here we go, everyone. Number 13. Let's just get this on the road. Number 13 is Twice Upon a Time. I was almost looking forward to this episode, in spite of what we knew it was coming. Would you like a jelly baby? Indeed. I would. I was talking to my Michael French, my buddy from Rector Blessing, was going to get me a jelly baby. Get me some jelly babies again. I hadn't had any in a while. I was just kidding, but Michael, by the way. This episode is pathetic. It's terrible. It's terrible on a lot of levels, basically because it really, I mean, David Bradley is well cast as the William Hartnell first Doctor. That's right, Chibi, you jack. Hartnell was the first Doctor. Period. Yes, Richard Herndl played him in the Five Doctors, and David Bradley played him here. That's all fine and good, but that was the first Doctor. And this is a pretty lame story, but it's also very insulting to the character of the first Doctor. It drags him through the mud. It really insults him. It's just, this is a cringe fest right here. Because you think, wow, we're going to have fun. This is going to be great seeing Capaldi interacting with First Doctor. You can't miss, because I love multiple Doctor stories. I know, was it Davies wasn't fond of those? I love multiple Doctor stories. And they just, crap the bed on this one, to be perfectly honest with you. It's if it were just boring and dull, it would be one thing, but it's very insulting to the character of the first Doctor, Chibi. And so good casting, wasted, an asinine story filled with a lot of the identity politics that Moffat was putting into the show even before Chibi did it. And then it ends, well, you know how it ends. It ends with the end of the whole series. It's over. So last one they ever made, they made on such a terrible note because the Doctor dies and some creature takes his place, and it's disgusting. So all in all, just a shit experience. Twice Upon a Time is a garbage story, in my opinion. And it's an even worse insult to the first Doctor. Yeah, and again, I agree, Mark D. He's a great casting. David Brad, I was all over it. I was like, wow, that's going to be fun. But anyway, not too surprising for my number 12 of staying with Capaldi, The Return of Dr. Mysterio. Okay. You all know how much I love superheroes. I do. And look, Doctor Who has been science fantasy for a long time, especially New Who. And I don't mind it being science fantasy. And it's been, Apollonie's Minion, hey there, great to see you, but I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas. Doctor Who has been fantasy, and that's fine, science fantasy. But in some of these Doctor Who Christmas specials are fairy tale-like, and I don't even mind that. I really don't. You can be as crazy as you want with Doctor Who if you're entertaining. This one, but for the Doctor to be able to use some kind of crazy made-up magical pill thingy to turn this guy into Superman, the episode's almost unwatchable. It's really stupid. It's not entertaining. It's annoying because the whole time you're going, all right, look, I'll accept a lot of things from Doctor Who. I really will. I don't think I'm being unreasonable to say giving a guy whatever he used, whatever technology he used now, or that pill, whatever that crap it was. See, a lot of these are tough to watch more than once. So get to turn a guy into Superman. Jesus God, this was a terrible episode. It might have been the worst one, except for what they did to the first Doctor in the Twice Upon a Time. So this is horrible stuff. And again, what an insult to a great actor like Peter Capaldi that you give him garbage like this. It's pathetic, Stephen Moffat, and you needed to stop. I hate to stay and beat up on a Capaldi, but my number 11 is Last Christmas. I wish it was the last Christmas for this one. Nick Frost as Santa Claus. When I saw the trailers for this, I'm like, wow, Nick Frost is a funny human being. He was in some of those Simon Pigg films, and I really liked Nick Frost. And I thought, Nick Frost as Santa Claus? Wow, that might be fun. Weird but fun. And I always liked, that guy was funny to me. Nick Frost. I could never even look at the guy without busting out laughing. This one is ugly, weird, disgusting. This episode, it's not uplifting, it's depressing. This may be worse. It's just as bad, if not worse, than the other two that I just mentioned. But there's no joy. This is a Christmas episode. You got Santa Claus in it, and it's ugly and depressing. I mean, it was, oh my God. I mean, why do you want to be disturbing on a Christmas episode? This was really, really bad, folks. I mean, what an insult. First of all, to make Peter Capaldi dress like that. Moffat look, Chibi's the worst thing that ever happened to Doctor Who, but Moffat facilitated a lot of that crap. I mean, these were terrible times for Doctor Who. And this episode is just as bad as the last two. I'm sorry, Hungry Boy, about that. He said, Clobby is making me struggle to retain my love for Capaldi. We could still love the guy. It's not his fault what happened to the show. And Pat S. says, this was the last one I watched. I don't blame you. And yeah, Clara at her annoying worst. Why anyone thought this could be a Christmas episode just because you stick Santa Claus in there? I agree, Stuart. I love Nick Frost. He's hilarious in Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, and even Paul. But this episode is horrendous. Okay, by number 10 is the only Peter Capaldi episode, really, even especially Christmas, which I found it was dumb and confusing, but it was at least entertaining. This one is more like a Christmas episode. Whether you're a River Song fan or not, most of River Song, Oliver Saga, most of it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Let's face it. But this episode was fun. It was a romp. It was a Christmas romp like you're supposed to have. It's got humor. In this one, Capaldi is allowed to act like the Doctor somewhat. I actually found this episode fairly entertaining. We're finally getting into some episodes that, those first three are horrendous, and I got nothing good to say about them. A lot of people don't like this one either, and a lot of people don't like River. But this one is actually one of the few of the Capaldi episodes I watched more than a couple of times, once or twice, because it's at least fun. I thought anyway. I thought it had some. It wasn't too serious. It wasn't too dark. It was a little brooding at the end there, but it was good. And again, I just found this one to be more Christmas-like than any of the other ones that Capaldi had. Still nothing great, though. Yeah, I agree. Dark Shadow Logan said it was funny but forgettable. That's about it. They were at least fun. And again, look, at least it was funny. For once, he was able to act like the Doctor and be funny rather than just awful. Because the writing of Capaldi's Doctor more often than not was where he was awful. And he was not likable. And that wasn't his fault. Okay, number 9. The Time of the Doctor. So much wrong with this one. First of all, it is tough act to follow time here when it comes after the the Day of the Doctor 50th anniversary. It was meant to tie up loose ends. It brings the Doctor to Trenzalore. And it really pretty much, to me, this is where my Doctor Who headcanon kind of ends. The entity known as the Doctor, after this mess and this another episode that's Christmas, it shouldn't be so downbeat and depressing. Not to mention so many stupid things written in this episode. But it had some good moments. But overall, this episode doesn't end the Matt Smith Doctor very well, in my opinion. It's Christmas. Steve Mitchell, what's up, buddy? Merry Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and you and Maddie, I hope you had a great one, buddy. Louis Sparrow says, well, I didn't like Matt Smith. I was going to say I put Capaldi above them all, but I don't think there's a lot between the Christmas episodes. Yeah, well, I love Capaldi as an actor. I just thought he was, again, as I always want to stress, Louise, and I loved Matt Smith. I'm sorry you didn't like him, but I love the actor of Capaldi. I just think his character was poorly written. Was not written like a traditional doctor, and not even like the Doctor at all. It was pretty nasty, but so I just don't like the way he was handled. This episode, first of all, there's so many dumb things in it. If he was been on Trenzalore for what, 1,000 zillion years, whatever it is, to some point, like, was it 600 years or more? I forget now, something like that. And he's, protecting Trenzalore, and Clara somehow manages to beg the Time Lords to give him a whole new set of regenerations. Wait a minute. Why can Time Lords do that all of a sudden? They're stuck in another dimension. It's never really adequately explained why they would. And by the way, the last time he dealt, I don't know. First, the 50th anniversary contradicted a lot of stuff that was with the Time Lords also, but there's never anything explained. I'm not even going to go too far into it. I'm going to leave this episode alone. It's a bad ending. It makes no damn sense, and it's not really particularly enjoyable. It's, again, another Christmas special for Doctor Who. Should be fun and uplifting at the end. This one, it was just kind of draggy. But that's number 9. So, number 8, Voyage of the Damned. Now, I used to hate this episode. I don't hate it anymore. But it rates low on the scale. And, of course, shout out to my retro blasting buddy, Michael. He loves this one, and he loves Kylie. But it rates low on the scale for me simply because it is very maudlin and downbeat at the end. I mean, what it does to the character that Kylie Minogue. I know she wasn't signing on to be a companion, but I really think it would have been great if she had. But you can't have everything. Where would you put it? So it was still kind of a depressing way that she went out. I found the whole Titanic idea a little bit, maybe stretching it a tad. The Doctor running around always like meeting someone 2 seconds later, they're in love with him and he's in love with her. And some of that puppy love stuff that happens to the David Tennant Doctor that RTD does, I'm not fond of, to be honest. I mean, it's Kylie Minogue. I'd fall in love with her too, but at least she's a beautiful adult woman. The whole Rose thing just aggravates me. And at least Martha's a little more of a grown-up woman too. The whole Rose thing, I won't get started on it, but it aggravates me. Not a Rose fan of what they did with Rose. But anyway, I love David Tennant. This episode he could carry anything. There you go. And my buddy D-Bud would rate this one higher. Again, I watched it again recently, and I like it. I think it would work better as a regular episode. As a Christmas special, it's kind of a downer. They should have just made it a regular episode and then maybe done something else for Christmas. Yeah. I got you. Louise would rate that higher. Well, I do want to hear how anyone to give. I want to hear whether you guys would go lower or higher with it. I want to hear that. And again, like I said, not too Christmassy, and I'm rating these on the not just the scale of how much I love it. That's true. Claude said this episode gave us Wilfred Mott, and I love Wilfred. But also, I'm rating these on a factor of, does it really need to be a Christmas episode? Because some of the best Christmas episodes are the ones that are uplifting, and they get a lot of points with me for that. Number seven is The End of Time, parts 1 and 2. I'm calling them both together. People rate this one really, really high. Even if it wasn't a Christmas episode, this episode has too many unbelievably stupid things in it to get a pass from me. It really has no business being a Christmas special. It was when they were doing those specials instead of a whole season, and they did it as 2 parts and all that other stuff, which is fine. There are some really good things in it. I love Wilfred. The Johnson Master, I have a lot of problems with here and there. Yeah, look, Pat Escher not alone. A lot of people love this episode. This episode really angers me. From the Johnson Master, I don't know. I didn't like him in his first go around. He's better in this. His stupid idea to turn everybody into the Master was pretty silly stuff. It's something I saw on a plot on Super Friends in the 70s. Tennant is so maudlin and depressing in a lot of this episode because he's been told he's going to die. Again, it's Christmas. Don't do this episode for Christmas, for God's sake. Yeah, I mean, he was over the top cornball to the point where I get it. He's not the Master. And both of his appearances, both of his two stories that they did with him, the Johnson Master is over the top. The Joker. I always called him the jokester. He's the Joker. He's not the Master. And the stupid crap, I'm not going to get political here, but they have this whole idiotic subplot about a certain president at the time who actually exists, where previously they had fictional presidents, but because RTD and his ilk worshipped a certain president, they put him in there, a real life one, and worshipped his ass. And I'm like, why is this in here? Why are you doing this? And there's also another serious problem I have with this. There's a scene at the beginning of part 2 where John Sim, Master, Joker boy, has the doctor strapped to a chair. And the doctor's trying to talk him into running, come travel with me. Don't try to own the universe. Try to come see it. You could travel with me. It would be my honor. And all this kind of stuff. Just like he cried like a baby when he thought he was dead in that previous story. That RTD. All right. If you know any Doctor Who history, you know that the Master is probably the biggest mass murderer in the entire universe, and it's not even close. See Legopolis. Keeper of Trock and Legopolis. The Master he makes the Daleks look like pikers when it comes to mass murder. He's a horrible, evil creature, and I don't care if just because he's so if you and a certain evil person, historical figure whose name starts with an H, were the last two humans on Earth. I mean, in the universe, would you give a shit? He's still an evil, murdering scumbag. And by the way, don't buy into that crap about them being brothers. That was hinted at by some people, but it's never been rectified or ratified, I should say. So the Master's an evil. It's really, absolutely. RTD has done some wonderful things with Doctor Who, but he's done a lot of unbelievably stupid things. This episode is filled with so many unbelievably stupid things. It rates higher because some of those other bad Christmas specials and the fact that there's some very entertaining moments to it. That last lingering bit when he's running around while he's dying is a little bit much. This is so... I don't know why anyone likes this episode, these two parts. I know many do. It is filled with so many moronic, stupid things. I'm going to stop now, but I could do for 3 hours about how the stupid things in this story. But basically, it has no business being a Christmas special. The Master is supposed to be the Doctor. If he lost control and evil, like the Joker is the opposite of Batman. The thing is, that would be like Batman saying, "Oh, stop killing people, Joker, and help me fight crime, become a hero." Suck off. It's horrible. So I hope you're not putting your faith in RTD to fix Doctor Who, by the way, just as an aside. All right, number 6. The Doctor, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. A lot of people don't like this episode. It qualifies on a couple of scales as a Doctor Who Christmas special. Is it a great, great story? No. But it's actually filled with a lot of uplifting bits. It's fairy tale. It's a total fairy tale. But I just watched it again. I didn't like it that much when I first saw it. I just watched it again. And everything about it has a sweet sensibility about it. It's fun. Yes, there's a sad bit to it, but it turns touching at the end. A Christmas special, Doctor Who Christmas special should be uplifting, and no matter what travails, the doctor faces at the end, you're supposed to walk away feeling, wow, it's Christmas. This one does that, especially the way this one ends. And I like it a lot better now that I've seen it. Agreed, Mr. Angel. I mean, I really, the end of time, I would have put a lot lower. I would have. But there's some episodes that are way worse. It has a lot of good things in the time. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's a pet peeve, that episode to me. That two-parter. This one, though, is just silly fun. It's a Christmas. You go home from Christmas. You get after eating all the Christmas food and stuff and open up presents. You go home and you get to feel good for for an hour and a half, whatever. And something wonderful and spiritually uplifting happens at the end. It's got a sad, upbeat ending, not sad, but bittersweet, beautiful, loving ending. And it's just a so-so story, but it's a lot of fun. It's a fun episode. And it is. Hello, Cardinal Sin. Good to see you there, brother. And this is what a Christmas special should be. Number 5, The Next Doctor. I really enjoyed this episode a lot. Yes, Comic Relief Crusader. Yes, the title is that. Yeah. Yeah, and Mark, you have to see, that's another thing. The mom in the episode, she's really great. The kids were good too. And it was so uplifting. That ending, I mean, how do you almost not cry when he saves she saves her husband through the time vortex? Again, it's pure fantasy, it's pure fairy tale, but it's one Doctor Who, especially Christmas specials, are kind of fairy tales. This one is a lot of fun. Dave Morrissey is really great in the opening stuff when we think this guy might be a future doctor. As I was talking to Minimus about that earlier, he only had me believing it for a second. It's thoroughly entertaining. It has its like a lot of Doctor Who has some darker elements, but it builds up to a very uplifting, fun conclusion. You get a big giant Cyberman mech robot thingy. You got a nice, hot, cute villain lady. You got the banter between Morrissey and David Tennant, which is terrific. Him thinking he's a doctor. You even get a little scene there where you see the other doctors. I really love this episode. It's a lot of fun. It's just got a lot of. This is a Christmas special. We're getting into the actual ones that belong on Christmas. Early on, apparently, they knew what they were doing. They said, we don't want to bum everyone out on Christmas. We want to have a good time. We could, we got Cybermen. Yes, I always call them the Ultron Cybermen. But yeah, I really like this episode a lot. A lot of fun. The Next Doctor. Number 4. The Snowmen. I'm a big Matt Smith fan. This episode, I like this version of Clara. I don't like later versions of Clara. I like the Oz one, the best one, but I like this one. This one's classic Who. This is all the way. I mean, yes, he was coming off of very depressing events. He started out, I wasn't super sanguine about him being the exiled doctor. But every bit of this episode is pure fun. They bring back an old villain from the Troughton era, the Great Intelligence. Let's see. This is my favorite. I left the table of my plate to watch this. The villains are, I hear you, Pat. The villains are, I mean, the Snowmen are great Doctor Who type villains. Smith is just absolutely terrific in it. Yeah, he falls for a girl like the doctor. Look, the Smith and Tennant doctors do that stuff. She's super, super beautiful girl. So this episode is pure joy. And I even like the gang working for him. Lady Vastra. Strax is hilarious. You got to love Strax. Yeah, I never liked Clara much either, but this is a different Clara. And, of course, we know she dies. But this is, again, and has an uplifting ending, and it's a Doctor Who episode through and through. It has all the Doctor Who elements of classic Doctor Who, and it's what a Christmas special should be. Cardinal Sin with, oh my goodness, you shouldn't have, sir. Thank you so much. With a $50 super chat. Thank you, sir. You're too kind. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas. He says, Merry Christmas, Clobby. Great idea for a show tonight. May 2022 be the best year so far for everyone, and may Doctor Who be saved by Russell T Davies and Bad Wolf. Thank you so much for that, Cardinal. I really appreciate you. Don't get your hopes up on that for them saving it. Keep, guard your feelings on that one. I would love it to happen. I don't have any kind of faith in those people. Would love to be proven wrong. But for me, nothing less than ignoring and completely trashing the Chibi era would be a deal breaker for me. Nothing less than that I will accept. Thank you so much, Cardinalson. You were too kind, brother. Yes, Louise, I'm the same way. I think Clara's very good in this one. And it's super beautiful. Thank you again, Cardinalson. I really appreciate you. So this episode's got it all. A lot of fun, very entertaining. It accomplishes everything a Christmas special should. And so, number 3, The Runaway Bride. Again, and I'm a big Donna fan. I don't know if any of you are Dr. Donna fans. I love Donna because she's the first one to come along, and when she comes back later. And she treats him the way you want. I mean, it's more of a doctor-companion type relationship, not the googly-eyed puppy love crap that we had to put up with for 2 companions in a row. I love Martha, don't get me wrong. She's a beautiful, and Prima is just a beautiful actress. But, man, it was refreshing to see Donna come along with someone who would just punch him in the arm and, be his buddy, but be annoying to him. And she was, but in a good way. Catherine Tate's a wonderful comedic actress. And this episode is a sheer delight. It's so much fun. And again, it's moves at a breakneck pace. It says everything about Christmas. This is, again, an example of an episode that should be about Christmas and being fun and exciting and not being too damn serious. Now, some of the other ones that I mentioned had serious elements in it. This one doesn't have a lot of serious stuff in it. A little bit. Oh, he's Spaceman, exactly. And Donna was just fantastic. I really loved her. And just a terrific, entertaining. Like I say, you don't have to say much about it. It fits the criteria of what they should be doing on Christmas for Doctor Who. Indeed. The interaction between the actors is pure chemistry at work. Fun episode. Yes, Mr. Angel, I totally agree. And there's your most important thing. You got to be fun on Christmas. Number 2 is should we tell anyone? Should we tell everyone what number 2 is? Should I reveal it? I bet everyone could guess it, but you might not be able to. My number 2 is The Christmas Invasion. I was sad to see Christopher Eccleston go. But when I saw the casting of David Tennant, I obviously didn't know anything about him. But he seemed okay, and just almost immediately like, yeah, this guy is pretty good. And it's funny, we get very little Doctor toward the very end of the episode, but what we get even building up to that is a lot of fun. Although, again, there are a lot of tense moments. But it's pretty. This episode does a good job of, yes, making you wait, but delivering just enough. And he saved the world with an orange, with Satsuma or whatever. But it is just sheer fun. And Tennant, for the short time he is in the episode, is just so brilliant. He sells me right there. Especially at the end when he saves everything. And this episode is sheer joy to me. And Louis Sparrow says, I think I put Runaway Bride above this. Well, I can't blame you at all. That's a good choice. I mean, I love it just as much as I love this one. Probably maybe this one a little bit more, but I hear you. That's a great choice though, Louise, too. Cause again, it's just, they're so close. These first 5, are pretty close together. In this episode, like I said, an introductory episode it's the only, we have one episode of the Christmas specials that is an introductory episode. And then we have one episode that's an ending episode, an end of time. And maybe you shouldn't end the Doctor in a Christmas episode. That just doesn't work. But you can start a Doctor in a Christmas episode, apparently. So he's just amazing. Love the reference to Arthur Dent in this one as well. And God, sheerly delightful. It's just, yeah, it's what a Christmas episode should be. So there's no big secret anymore that my number one is A Christmas Carol. This episode takes Doctor Who more down a fairy tale road than it's ever been, just about, I think. And it shouldn't work. It absolutely should not work. This episode on paper would have me going, are you guys crazy? But it's beautiful. It's brilliant. It is sheer joy. It's spiritual. It's sad. It's got everything. This episode has it all. And it makes you feel, like I said, my top 6 here, they all make you feel good at the end of that when you're done watching it. And you've already had your Christmas day. And then at night, well, we get them at night here. I know it's different. And then at night, you got to enjoy this and go and watch it over and over again. This episode is sheer brilliance. Matt Smith has given many brilliant performances, and this is among his finest. Michael Gambon or whatever, of course. This lovely lady whose name escapes me at the moment. She was beautiful, but yeah, this is about as good as it gets for celebrating Christmas for Doctor Who. To take that classic story, and good God, I never get tired of watching it. In fact, even though I watched it again yesterday, I might watch it again tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, it's just, it brings back, again, now more than ever, because it brings back the wonderful times we were having just a decade ago, looking forward to these just extraordinary stories for Christmas. It's just, like I said, there's no way this episode should work. It should make you go, are you out of your mind? But it's just fantastic. I love it. And so basically you got half, like I said, shouldn't be a Christmas episode. Shouldn't be a Christmas episode. Wait a minute. Shouldn't get made at all. Shouldn't get made at all. Shouldn't get made at all. Certainly not for Christmas. At least some kind of Christmassy fun. Downer that probably shouldn't be a Christmas episode. Decent episode that shouldn't be a Christmas episode. Too many damn problems shouldn't be any episode, in my opinion, but at least don't make it a damn Christmas episode. Definitely a Christmas episode. Then from about 6 down, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got episodes. That's 6 episodes that certainly belong at Christmas time. That uplift you. Cardinal Sin, I did. The one with Nick Frost was called Last Christmas, and I had it at number 11. I did not like that episode. I like Nick Frost. I love Nick Frost. I think he's fantastic. I just hated that episode, personally. But thank you for the question. Oh, well, thank you so much. You're too kind. You're too kind there, hungry boy. I was stumbling all over myself, but yeah, it's nothing wrong with a heartwarming, happy ending. Why everything has to be dark, grim, and depressing nowadays is beyond me. Hope takes courage, way more than fatalism. Well, exactly. And again, I'm kind of that way with most things, Mr. Angel. That said, there's some things here and there that I have enjoyed over the years, regardless of medium, that have been, darker stuff. But for the most part, I don't really like the dark stuff too much. Some things I love, but I'm really not big on dark stuff that much. However, like I said, it's just simple. There's a time and a place. And a Doctor Who Christmas special is no time for me to walk away going, wow, that was a freaking bummer. Jeez. Thanks a lot, guys. I mean, it just shows that Moffat, and let's see here. Yeah, well, I don't know. Moffat at least understood it with 1 and 2. In other words, number 4. So Moffat at least understood it for a while, and Davies understood it, that it was Christmas. For the most part, but they both had their fumbles too. But just save your depressing crap for the normal season if you want to do stuff like that. Let's see. Saturday night ratings. Not this time, Pat S. We're not reviewing Star Trek, but hang on to them. In 2 weeks, we'll be back reviewing Star Trek, buddy. Yeah. Oh, if you want to do rating, well, I mean, if you want to rate my list or whatever, I tell you what, that's a good question. Yeah, Pat, that's a good point. Everyone, you could put your rating. You don't have to rate them all if you don't want to, but you could put your order, whether you're top 3 or top 4, top 5. I would like to see what you guys have to say, what your favorite ones are. That's a good point, though. Seriously, actually, you don't have to, but if you feel like it, please feel free. I would like to see it. There's not a test or anything. But anyone who feels like doing so, I would like to see either your favorite, your top 3, however you want to do it, or which one you hated the most or whatever. If you have that, because again, one thing that's happened to me going back and watching these this week, though, there's a melancholy that overtakes you because you're going, wow, we'll never have these times again. Never. And I'm sorry if you're depending on RTD to bring it back. Again, he might do that to your satisfaction, but unless he completely ignores and or eliminates, but at least ignores the Chibi era, I'm not there. I don't care. Now, if he does something that makes you happy, then I'm happy for you. I'm out of here though. I'm not going back. I watched the whole Chibi, and the only thing I didn't watch was that stupid Flux trash that they just made. Dad Man Walking, good to see you, my friend. But I didn't watch the Flux garbage. I watched the whole Chibi era, though, unfortunately, like an idiot, reviewing it and stuff. I won't go back, though. I watched The Timeless Children, unfortunately. And then I watched that stupid, that last New Year's thingy, whatever they did. I won't watch this next New Year's one. I didn't watch Flux. I'm done. And I'm not going to watch RTD if I don't hear that he hasn't eliminated the Chibi shit, that he hasn't completely either ignored it and his casting choice is decent and all that stuff, which I don't think will happen. Mr. Angel, I don't blame you. Don't blame you one bit. Chibi is filth. It's not Doctor Who. But like I said, all opinions are welcome here. If you're fine with that stuff, okay. And if you think, if you're gonna have, all I'm saying to my friends, if you put faith in RTD, I'm saying more power to you. Just guard your optimism. Pat S, I hear you, man. For me, it's 2000. I mean, it's 1963 to 2013 is my own personal headcanon. For me, the entity that is the Doctor died at the end of Time of the Doctor. Some other being took over and decided to just, maybe this being was one of the Time Lords, and he actually took the Doctor's memories and started thinking he was the Doctor, sort of similar to Alan Moore's Swamp Thing origin, long story. But it really wasn't him. The entity known as the Doctor actually died at the end of Time of the Doctor for me, because I can't name you one Capaldi episode that I really wanted to watch over and over again, or that gave me any thrills, or that entertained me at all, made me feel good. Not one. Doctor Who could have some of the most depressing episodes ever, but other episodes will make you feel good. And even but you got to do that. Louis says, I haven't watched any of the Chibi stuff, but I've listened to reviews and it needs to go before I'll watch any new ones. You can't fix it. That's exactly right. You cannot fix the Chibi trash. Louise, you can't fix it. You're right. You could ignore it, I guess, but you're also going to have to make another casting that's good. And yes, I fall in that camp that says Doctor Who is a man. The Doctor's a man. I don't think it's sexist. Again, by the way, if you disagree with that, that's fine. I mean, you don't have to agree with me, as long as you're civil about it, not like the Jody bots. But the Doctor's a man. Well, it's not that I tapped out, Pat S. Remember, I watched it all. I watched all of it. It's just that I've retroactively decided that my headcanon goes 50 years of a show. And Stuart Mitchell, absolutely. Treat yourselves to Tom Baker. So, yeah. Season 17 just newly released. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. I want to get that. I love Tom Baker. Tom Baker is my first Doctor. But you know what? Here's the thing. Interestingly enough, I love all the Doctors. And I don't even penalize Capaldi or McGann for not having good stories. Cardinal Sin says, I love me some Talons of Wing Chang, Genesis of the Daleks, The Brain of Morbius, and The Ark in Space. Classics. Classics. Max got a whole 40 seconds into Flux. That's dangerous. Louise X. Sparrow, Peter Davison, really. You know, as I said, when I started with Tom. I remember in the States how there were a lot of the ladies even wouldn't even give Peter Davison a chance. They thought he was Kristen. You know, Christian Farnham or whatever from All Creatures Great and Small. Tristan, sorry, not Kristen, Tristan. What am I saying? And I love Davison. I mean, I warmed up to him immediately. One of my favorite things about the show. One of my favorite things about. Yeah, I know it's Farnan. Did I say Farman? I said Farnan, I thought. Is the fact that the Doctor changes. Okay? I love that. I think that concept has just always been so wonderful and fascinating to me. As much as I love the guy that we got going on now, I always look forward to seeing what the next one's going to do. The 3-ish year range is about right, and then bring somebody in after that. They usually leave anyway. Although I love Tom Baker doing 7 years, but it's. But if I had to, my order of favorites are probably 4. Tom Baker's my number 1. The John Pertwee. You're going to be shocked here, but then Sylvester McCoy. Then Patrick Troughton. Peter Davison. That's 5 here. And I'm actually going to start putting some newer Doctors in there. I mean, then maybe Matt Smith and David Tennant. And then Colin Baker. I'm one of the few that like Colin Baker. Then maybe Christopher Eccleston. But see, I love McCoy. I mean, again, I have to write the numbers down. But I loved McCoy. I even liked Colin. Colin didn't have a lot of great stories. And he was a crazy Doctor. But he had some good ones. Oh, Cardinal Sin, cool. Season 17, huh? Nice. Which is that the scene with Talons of Wing Chang in it? Or I've got Colin Baker's first season Blu-ray set, and I've got that season that has Legopolis in it. Comic Relief Crusader says, when I was a kid, we didn't have a VCR to record eps in the 80s, so I used to just record the episodes on cassette tape and play them on my boombox early in the morning on my paper route. Well, there you go. We used to record stuff on there as well, on used to. I mean, we had a VCR, but there were times we used to record stuff on our old tape recorders. Cardinal says, I'd like to see Paul McGann get 3 series on their normal circuit. Yes, it would have been nice. Even though, look, I hated the Fox pilot, but it wasn't his fault. It was just badly written. Luis says, I wasn't Keto McCoy first time around, but on rewatching, he was actually a great doctor. I love him. Yeah, same here. And actually, I loved him when I first saw him. But I mean, yeah, I agree he was a great doctor, but you're not alone. There are people who weren't big on McCoy, but I loved him. Tom Baker to Peter Davison was the first regeneration I saw as it was broadcast, says Stuart Mitchell. Yes, Logopoulos. Oh, yes. Pat S. says, I missed the Brigadier. Sergeant Benton, the chap with wings, 5 rounds rapid. Brigadier, I think our past is catching up with us. Or maybe it's our future. Come on, run. Oh, dear. We could be playing the game of Rassilon at this very moment, Brigadier. I love the Brig. Love him. Nicholas Courtney came to New Orleans once at a con. We met him. And I said something, like said hello to him or something, forget what it was, waved at him or something. He just said, thank you so much. But anyway, he's the Brigadier, so. Dadman Monk says, I knew of Tom Baker, but the only doctors that I've watched are Tennant, Smith, and Capaldi. Had hopes for Capaldi, but everyone else around here quit watching because of the writing or lack thereof. Yes, that is a problem, bud. Cardinal Sin? Pyramids of Mars is probably not. It's my top 1 or 2 all-time favorite episodes. It's my favorite Tom Baker one, probably, or right there in the top. That and Kaiser Vandrzani are right at my top, so I'm with you, partner. I love the Pyramids of Mars. It's a great episode. Mr. Angel says, in the early 80s series, some sets from Blake 7 were used. Remember correctly? Yeah, well, Blake 7 and Doctor Who's not only frequently used some of the same sets, they used the same Dudley Simpson incidental music as well. According to John Levine, the original unit was very close to getting their own series. Wow. They've made some specials. There are some videos out there that were. Now, I met John Levine at a con once as well. Also, Sophie Aldred at that same con and John Leeson. Affirmative, master. And the doctor is involved. I love K9, sorry. Anyway, Max Redstone. Yes, and John Levine was a spiffing bloke, by the way. Yeah, and so you met, Cardinal met Nicholas Courtney and John Levine also. There you go. I love UNIT, and that was when it was the United Nations Intelligence Task Force. Modern Undead was a great episode, but anytime you brought the Brig back, Battlefield, yeah. Did you see when it was kind of sad when they brought back Nicholas Courtney for that Sarah Jane Adventures episode? He was up there at that point. The Golden Planet. Plaything of Sutek. Yes, Sutek and Sutek abides indeed. Yeah. I love that one. I love Pyramids of Mars. Great episode. John love Levine's commentaries on the old Unit episode. Yes, I love the Unit era. I agree with that, Louise. I love the Sarah Jane show. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, there was a K-Don and Company special. That was one episode. Comic Relief Crusader. Oh yeah. I love Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane's met more doctors than anyone. That's so sad about Liz Sladen. She's amazing. Hey, yeah, Warskis, pool practice. Hey, oh my goodness, all the best from tell Raquel I love her. And thank you, brother. Merry Christmas to you and your wonderful family. All clobbers say Merry Christmas, Raquel and family. We love you. Absolutely. Yeah, Sarah Jane. I vacillate back and forth. I love my favorite companion is probably Sarah Jane, but I love Ace. Ace is right up there with it. I love Joe Grant. It's tough to pick a companion, but amongst the new companions, I love Donna. I don't know though. Of course, I love Captain Jack, if you can call him a companion. But I mean, I guess he sort of was sometimes, right? Leela, we love Leela. Now, I love Amy, but you know why? I mean, she's a gorgeous redhead, so you know. Yes, I love Jamie. Now, it's tough to pick. Who do you love, Jamie and Victoria or Jamie and Zoe? Because Zoe's actually a really great character. Victoria's a beautiful girl. I love her though, of course. So, yeah, Leela was fantastic, no question about it. Zoe Harriet. Jamie and Zoe were great. I think my favorite Troughton episode is the Invasion. 8-parters. You know, they animated a couple of the ones missing at least. I used to have the VHS tape that was missing the 2 parts, and it had Nicholas Courtney doing the quote unquote linking of the episode. Yes. I love Troughton. It was just amazing. And I love Pertwee. Again, the Pertwee era when he was on Earth, the unit years were just good Lord, they were fantastic. I mean, such great episodes. Terror of the Autons being, of course, my favorite Pertwee episode. I think that's probably my favorite one. The beginning of the Master and Joe Grant. Yeah, Invasion. Oh, there you go. Top 5 for you. Yeah, Invasion was fantastic. Yeah. But Terror of the Autons. I mean, that Roger Delgado. Look, I loved Anthony Ainley. I really did. Roger Delgado is the master. I am the master, and you would obey me. I'm genuinely referred to as the master. He was fantastic. What are you going to do? I remember I bought the big 2 VHS set of War Games, the 10-part last episode of Patrick Troughton. Still have it somewhere, I think. I do. I'll agree with that, Cardinal Sin. Derek Jacobi's a great actor. I would love to have seen him play the Master for more than like 2 seconds. Yes, Mr. Magister. That's Latin for the Master. It was great because the Master was he was almost not an episode he wasn't in during the unit years after Terror of the Autons. Sea Devils was a great one with him in it. What are some? Roger Delgado, the Demons. The Demons was a fantastic episode. Oh, Snorting, Mary Tam was fabulous. Nothing wrong with you there at all. I mean, Lila Ward was okay. Nothing against her. She was a sweetheart. She married Tom Baker. But Mary Tam, oh my goodness. Hey, that's 70s. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Luis Sparrow, I'll agree with that wholeheartedly. Derek Jacobi and John Hurt, greatest missed opportunities in new. At least John Hurt got to be the doctor in the whole episode, though. 6. Latino slant rate. I didn't know. Paulie was on. Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were on there, Paulie, wherever you are. But okay, hello, Latino slants, the Slantinos. My great friend Paulie of the great Latino slant. Good to see you, 6. Max Redstone. She could have pulled it off, so to speak. Yeah. Oh, was he doing karaoke? Oh, I did not know that. Well, that's great. I'd have tried gone and wrenched for him if I'd known. Oh well, there you go. Yeah, Mary Tam was gorgeous beyond belief, though. There's no question about it. I mean, Lala was cute. Yeah. So, hope you're all. I'm 6. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas. At you two 70s. Yeah. So. Well. Okay. Well, I don't think any of you ever told me, unless I missed it from the chat. What is your favorite of these Christmas specials? I'm going to run them down again for those, and let's see. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I don't know if you have a thumbs up or thumb things. Let's see here. Yes, I do follow Katie Manning on Twitter. She's been a lovely message. I love Katie Manning. She's a sweetheart. Let's see here. I don't know if you have thumbs up or thumbs down, so I guess you could put like let's see, a Y or an N. Y, you like the episode. N, you don't like it. We'll just do that when I run down these again. Okay, I'm going to get a vote on everyone from one of the Christmas specials. I'm going to do it in the order I have them. So here we go. Twice Upon a Time. And yes, I think it's garbage because it's at number 13. If you don't remember, put 0. There you go. Now, this episode was poo-poo. You didn't watch that one, huh? If you didn't watch it, 0's good. Yeah. Cardinal doesn't like Bill. There you go. Let's see here. All right. Oh, I hear you. I hear you, Cardinal. I hear you, Louise. Okay. This might have been the dumbest episode. The Return of Dr. Mysterio. I can't believe they make crap like this. No one's probably seen this one. Anyone else sit through this one? Wow. Yeah. Another UGG episode. I'm surprised anyone else sat through these but me. Yeah. 0.5 at 0-0. Didn't even watch that one, did you, Max? I'd just like to find out which ones everyone liked or even didn't even watch. Louise doesn't remember that one. It was pretty silly. I mean, it was beyond belief that the guy had superpowers. I think that is the one with the drumming baby. Is that the one with the baby? Yeah, he was babysitting. The Clark Kent was babysitting. I don't know about drumming. Was he drumming? I don't know, but it was. I know that Clark Kent was babysitting or something. You got me. Next piece of garbage. Well, I wish that this had been the last Christmas. Yes, Hungry Boy, it was kind of an insult to comics. What a waste of Nick Frost this was. Poor Peter Capaldi. And why did they have to make him dress like with that stupid T-shirt? 0.25. Interesting. All right, let's see here. The Writings of River Song. They had some goofy ass crap in this one too, though. This is the first one where he makes friends with the bald dude or whatever. Dave G. Sound, hello there. Yeah, she married a giant lobster truck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'm with you there, Louise. At least this one was kind of funny. Yeah, this one, yeah, I actually sort of like this one, okay. Now let's get a little bit, well, this won't be controversial. We're getting close to the controversial now. Number 9. Frazetta hips. Frazetta hips. I love it. Wow, dude. Jesus. Frazetta hips. Holy crap. That's fantastic. Nardole played a drumming baby in a British TV show and also, oh, is that what it is? Because in other words, there was a baby in that episode. I thought that's what you were talking about. Thank you, 70s. The drumming baby. Jesus Christ. Time of the Doctor. Everyone love that one? No love for Time of the Doctor? I don't blame you. This episode sucks, kind of. And there's you know what, Max? The cyber head was the only good character. And that sucked. Kidding. I'm just saying. All right, controversy here. I'm sure we're gonna start getting some differing opinions on these, I know. Voyage of the Damned. Kogi Pan, hello there. Welcome. Merry Christmas to you. Hope you're doing well. So Louise Expert, I think most people do like this one. So Louise likes this one. Mark likes this one. Mark D. By the way, Mark D with a C, did you get? I know you got some pretty cool stuff. Are you gonna show off some of your presents on a stream tomorrow or what? No. Yes, feel free to rate the episode if you want, man. You know, it's interesting you say that, Cardinal, because I was the opposite. I hated it the first time I saw it. In later viewings, I've softened on it a little bit. I'm not so sure it should have been a Christmas episode though. D Bud likes this one a good bit. A 6.5 for 70s. Yep. Well, I love Kylie. I don't know much about her, but I love her in this episode. And of course, my good buddy Mike French is a huge fan of her music and has a lot of cool Kylie shirts, by the way. No. I can't wait to see that. I dare anyone to say I'm not trying. I'm not even trying to say that. Sorry, Comic Crusader. That's for others. That's for others. More better, important, and better, more important than me. Damn it! See, I can't even say anything. 5 out of 10 there for Cardinal. Okay, let's see here. All right, getting controversial here now. I know I have the very unpopular opinion about this episode. I just really I wanted to like it so much, but so many things wrong with it. Nevertheless, I want to see if any of you have any opinions on the end of time. I killed them as one episode, by the way. So just one story. Louise. So you didn't like it or didn't see it or both? Or okay. Wow. I'm with you there, Cardinal. So I have a lot of problems with episode 6 to 10. But I know there are a lot of people that really love it, so which is fine. Retro Blasting, what's up, brother? Just talking about you, man. You got to tell about all your cool shirts of Kylie. And yes, I mean, dude, it killed me to see her get killed. I know that episode. I would love to have seen her be a companion, at least for one or two stories or something. Man, I mean, I know that was part of the drama of it, but and that was a great chemistry, I think, between the two of them as well. So that was a shame. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, I'm surprised. I know people who really love this episode. I'm surprised, and which is fine. If you do, you can tell me. I mean, I'm sure she probably had better things to do than be on Doctor Who retro, but it would have been nice. All right, let's see here. Now we're into the Christmas specials that I really like. As you all know if you were here earlier when I did my rundown and ranting about the episodes. So oh yeah, I figured that, Cardinal. I was just saying it was Oh no, look, I totally hear you, Retro Blasting. I hear you, man. And the episode actually got better when I saw it later, but she's terrific in it. There's no question about it. And and at the time, unlike you, I really didn't know much about her. So 7 out of 10. Unpopular opinion, but they should not have made a thing out of Christmas specials. Too forced. I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but I don't share it because I think there's some really great 170s. And like I was talking at the beginning, outset of tonight's show, it was a wonderful thing for a while there, 6, 7, almost a decade at least, where coming on from Christmas and getting to look forward to, at least in the States when we got it at night, just getting to look forward to a nice, fun Doctor Who Christmas romp. I love it. I mean, but so. Yes, this one is the one with yes, this is one with the forest, and they were on Androzani Major. Luis Samaro, not a Matt Smith fan. I love me some Matt Smith. And I really warmed up. I used to not like, I didn't like this episode when I first saw it. I really love it now. It changed me somehow. I mean, it's not much of a story, but I love that. Again, when I made this list tonight, for those who weren't here earlier, I made this list. Part of the criteria is it a Christmassy episode? How much does it pertain to Christmas, and do you walk away with the feeling you're supposed to have at Christmas, where you had a fun time and you're uplifted and stuff? And 6 Down are all episodes that meet that criteria, and that's why I have them so high on the list, and I love them. The next Doctor, I love this one. A lot of fun. Did I have a good time? Did I feel better watching it? Was it, a fun story? I think that this one, especially Next Doctor, definitely falls under all those. I'll absolutely 100% agree with my buddy Retro Blasting on that one. I love Smith. I think he's fantastic. He had 1 or 2 great episodes, but for the most part, the bulk of his run was really a lot of disappointing underachieving stories, in my opinion, and some of the story arcs were very weak. So I totally agree with that, Michael. I've always said that actually. So no, Tron Margus was dead at that point, Max. Shira's jet killed him. I really love this episode, though. So much fun stuff. And then at the end, you get a big, giant Cyberman mech thingy. Both he and David Tennant were... Yes, that's true. Yes, Cardinal Sin, both David Tennant and Matt Smith had appearances on the Sarah Jane Adventures. Delightful episodes. Number 4. I remember when I first saw this episode, again, the exile stuff I wasn't that fond of, but this episode very quickly proceeds into being perfect Christmas, Christmas fun with great villains, using an old Troughton villain. I remember when I first saw it, the GI on that card, and the guy started, when I saw the big bowl thingy with the voice of Ian McKellen, and of course how cool and hilariously Doctor Who-ish the snowmen look. This is just sheer Doctor Who joy right here. Way you got to do it for Christmas. And that's it all. Even this Clara, of course, is very good. This before Clara became really annoying. So of course they figured this is a good Clara, we'll have to kill her, so we can bring in the annoying one. Yes, Richard E. Grant as Dr. Simeon, who's later to be the Great Intelligence, which of course, it's funny, they even in this episode talk about the underground, the London Underground, which of course they're talking about the episode Web of Fear, which the character, which this episode sort of mentions the Web of Fear, which takes place in the late 70s. So, your Muslim uncle, what's up, my brother? Good to see you, my friend. He's for $4.99. Thank you so much. You were too kind, my friend. He said, "I made it. Awesome, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, my friends. I hope you are having a wonderful day today, and hope you and your family are doing well, sir. Peace be on you," as they say. Yeah, the Great Intelligence being in this one again, it was just and they weren't very overt about it either. But when he mentioned the London Underground in the late 60s and early, in 70s, it's like, well, nice little reference there. Not a Smith fan, a hungry boy, but I love Smith. I loved him. What I loved about him is, I didn't think I was going to like him when he first got the role. And when I watched Matt Smith, again, I kind of like Retro Blasting was saying, I don't like many of the scripts he's been given, although he's had some great episodes like The 11th Hour and this one and a few others. I I see this guy as, I have no trouble believing that's a 2,000-year-old Time Lord in that young body because he does it so well, in my opinion. I think he's brilliant. I really love him. I mean, I love Tenet also, of course. Number three. Again, just a whole bunch of Christmas fun here. It's a shame what they did to Donna. But this was just, I mean, wow. And, it's just, what's that? Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I just love the guy. I think he's fantastic. But this episode, again, it's just, I'm not going to tell you. Finally, not some little girl running around, chasing him around. 6? What's that, 6? Oh. No, we did, last week we did, we ended up like 51 weeks straight of us reviewing Star Trek. But because it's the holidays, 6, this Saturday and next Saturday, we won't be doing Star Trek. We'll return the January the 6th with our Star Trek reviews and continue reviewing all of real Star Trek, picking up in season 4 of Next Generation and continuing on to review the entire series, all of real Trek, 66 through 05. And but yes, but this week since it's Christmas, I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I just thought I would talk about the Doctor Who Christmas specials and rank them. I ranked them, of course. And then next week, I don't know what I'm gonna do next week. I think. Let's see. We'll talk about that in a minute. I think I'm forming a plan for next week. I think I know what I might want to do next Saturday. It's a stupid idea, but if I had it, so it has to be, right? So anyway, but yes, Runaway Bride. Number 2. The David Tennant Begins. The Christmas Invasion. What a fun episode. It's never easy to come in and take over after a doctor. Andy Masterson. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, sir. You like this one, Louise? Yep. Yeah, 70s. This is a fun one. Cardinal says, on New Year's day or evening, let's see, I'll be interviewing Andy Masterson about his custom action figures and the Cardinal Sin channel. Oh, cool. Yeah, Andy does amazing work. Amazing, Andy. That's excellent. Mark D with a C says 9. Excellent. Angel says, with softly Blake 7 review for next week. I am still planning the Blake 7 show. It won't be next Saturday. But it'll be soon. And Mr. Angel, look, dude, it's tough to find a lot of people who know their Blake 7 and who could talk about it. But I know a few, and I'm working on them. I love Blake 7, buddy. The Christmas Invasion. Don't you? Look, it just got ridiculous in such a fun way. Who doesn't love a spinning Christmas tree of death? I mean, good Lord. It's just fun stuff. Indeed, sir. That 70s rock fan. Avon lives. I love Avon. Let's see here. And now the number 1. I should do it like Dr. Demento. It's time for number 1. Even though I've already done this, showed you number 1 5 times. This is it. There we are. Number 1. I can't do it right. Never mind. The Christmas carols. As I said earlier when I did the countdown and when I talked about all the episodes sort of in depth, there's absolutely no way possible this episode should ever have happened. It's I'm in charge. I probably laugh at these guys wanting to do this. I'm like, what, are you out of your mind? This is pure fantasy fairy tale stuff. And it's wonderful. And it's brilliant. And it's so entertaining. So uplifting. This one, yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Mark. It gets an 11. This one, it's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of entertainment. That even if you're not a Doctor Who, I think a non-Doctor Who fan, as long as they know a basic, a little bit, like sort of it, could watch this on Christmas and get a lot out of it. I really do. I think because everyone knows the story of A Christmas Carol. This is, of course, a science fantasy take on it. Doctor Who is often science fantasy. This goes beyond. This is fairy tale stuff. It's ludicrous, and it works on every level. It's just amazing stuff. Max Redstone, that's a pretty good point. Michael Gambon is just terrific in this thing. Yeah. No Christmas is complete without a spinning Xmas tree of death. That special surprise for the law of not just yeah, I love it. So yes, and again, this episode I highly recommend. Again, I think this is one of those. I think you can find like either casual or someone who's really not really into Doctor Who that much, and that's what a lot of my criteria for these Christmas specials are. Do they work as a Christmas special? The first batch, half dozen for me, 6 on down, really hit it spot on. You can show them any one of the first 4 or 5 or 6 of these to someone who's maybe they have nothing against science fiction or fantasy, but they're not a big Doctor Who fan or haven't watched Doctor Who, but they've watched some stuff. And you can just show that to them on Christmas and they can get a lot out of it and enjoy it. Would it turn them into a big fan? Maybe not, but it would be uplifting for them. And I think they'd get a lot out of it. So there you go. There you go. So I think for oh man, New Year's night next week. Let's see here. It's probably going to be a little out. And for those who don't know, obviously if you live anywhere near where a lot of fireworks are shot off, New Year's Eve night, it's like a war zone here. When you're in the middle of a war zone, you can't hear yourself even inside where I am. It's just beyond belief. It's horrible. And then after the midnight hour for at least another hour or so, it goes on for a while. But they do a little bit of it on New Year's night as well. They're trying to finish up all their fireworks, I guess. But I should be able to hear enough. I'm hoping for example, if I were on if right now it were about New Year's Eve, and by the way, even before the midnight hour, because it's not the midnight hour yet, I'm in the central time zone. You'd be hearing right. You'd be hearing it. It was a little bit of it last night when when I went on as a guest on some show. Forgot where. I think I did. Anyway. Oh yeah, I think I went on with Loki for a little bit, and yeah, I was having to mute my mic because it was some, but it was nothing compared to the way it will be next New Year's Eve. So, but New Year's night should be okay. I think I might. What if I stick with TV and do my? Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. Yeah, I think I might do it. I'll talk about. It won't be like a list so much. We'll look at TV shows that didn't last long and brilliant but canceled. I call it TV shows that did not get the fair chance, that died an early death that really we love, that were too short a season, which was the name of a crappy Next Generation episode, by the way. Yes, I'm in the trenches. So I'm live streaming from the trenches there. Yeah, so Oh, they're firing fireworks tonight too. They're sending anything lately. A few a little while ago, and last night we were hearing some, but it's nothing like New Year's Eve. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's an example. Cardinal, Firefly. There's another example. Cardinals. Sarah Connor. Let's see. Will any Fox show make the list? I think you know one that will. 5 or 6 will. We'll see. How long did Farscape last? Wasn't it 4 seasons? Mr. Angel, the criteria in this case is something that didn't even make it a season, or didn't get past a season and a half or whatever. Because obviously, if something gets to anything that gets past the second season usually gets a third, so they can syndicate it. But well, there you go, D Bud. Yeah. Max, you got it. That's my favorite. Catman, aka Diddy Mars, hello there, my friend. Great to see you. But yeah, and again, I'll be interested in seeing which ones you guys have on. What kind of. So I think that's what I'll do. Will it be a list? I don't know. I might do it as a countdown list. And I'm talking about some shows that didn't even make it a season. Yeah, Farscape lasted a few seasons, did it not? And then it was able to end like with a movie series thing or something. I mean, it's been a couple of years since I watched it, but yes. So it's like I don't even count Star Trek, the original series, because at least it got to syndication package 3. I wish it had been a lot more, obviously. But, for example, Cardinal Sin mentions one that's, Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles. Only got 2 seasons. They had another 3 shows on opposite. In other words, so it wasn't long seasons either. So that's one I would count. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas also, Catman. Hope you and yours are doing well. The tick, yep, spoon. Yeah. So I think that's what I'll do next week. I don't know what I'll be doing Monday night, though. But it'll be comics. Something to do with comics. We know that because that's what Monday nights are for. Monday night Mark C comic talk. So, let's see what else we got going on. Mark D with a C. What do you, dude? Are you home now, man? I thought you were out of town or something. No. Let's see. Oh, excellent. Hope you had a great Christmas. Well, excellent. There we go. Okay. Counterpart. That sounds familiar. That's a show? I think that's a show. It's not this show, right? 70s? Yeah, Hungry Boy. I hate it when I can't think of a good comics topic for Monday night, but yeah. Food, comma. Food, comma there. Damn it, now I'm hungry. Thanks a lot. Okay, yeah, Counterpart. I've heard of that one. Okay, thanks. Gotcha. Thanks, 70s. I have not seen it, but I have heard of that. And when you mentioned J. Jonah Jameson, I gotcha. La Femme Nikita had several seasons, but I could have watched that until the end of time. There you go. You have to see both seasons, short seasons of Counterpart on Amazon Prime. Best show in years. I see. I don't know if anyone else has this affliction that I have. I'll admit it to you guys and ladies. I don't watch much new stuff. News it's tough for me to warm up to new things. Thanks a lot, Mark D. Sea bugs. Thanks a lot, dude. Why would you eat that for Christmas? What is wrong with you people? I made myself breakfast for Christmas, so that's what I had what we call a Momo breakfast. Will any obscure short-lived shows or shows that fell off the popularity charts make the list? Examples would include My Secret Identity. I watched that a little bit in the 80s, but not fun. Sliders. I can understand. The Sliders lasted a little while, though, didn't it, though? Caprica, The Sanctuary, Krypton. I never watched Krypton. I haven't really watched many of those. I've watched Sliders, but I haven't watched some of those other ones. I think I watched a little bit of My Secret Identity, but I can't remember. And Krypton, you know me, how I am with stuff like that. I couldn't even stand Smallville. But not on my list, but they're on yours, Cal. So and that's what I think. I'd like to hear your list. Yeah, and Sliders is coming back. Didn't Sliders last a couple of years, though? 3 years? Was it 3 years? What was it? How long was it, Gil? So I wouldn't count it as something that was short-lived. Five seasons? Okay, well that's not short-lived, but yeah, I'm glad it's coming back for the fans, though. Yeah, yeah. Even the original 3 seasons, kind of freaking 7. You need get out, dude. What's wrong with you? You need 4 sliders to make one full episode. I need some sliders right now. I like them little sliders they got at Golden Corral. You like that place? I bet Dad Man goes to Golden Corral. I had a buddy of mine, Gil, that used to make fun of sliders. I don't know. It's not he didn't like it or anything, but he would say, "Well, they go to a world where it's really scary because the hot and cold taps are reversed. They go to some of these worlds that are just very little differences and stuff. But that's something that I haven't watched in a long time. Is Sliders even streaming anywhere? Well, I love them. I do love me some riff tracks there. Kalel says Sliders would fall into the category of fell off the popularity charts. It went south once they made Quinn from Krypton, and he had a long lost brother. Gotcha. You want a Golden Corral, and you don't. You guys don't have Waffle House over there? Wow. James Brown's James Brown's Golden Platter restaurant? No, no. Thank you, Six. Six says it's on Peacock. Okay, I don't have that one, but it's not on Tubi, is it? Oh well. Snort says, all I remember from being dragged to Golden Corral by an ex-girlfriend were mediocre steaks. Yeah, you just got to go to the buffet and kind of just. An old buddy of mine used to have a saying. Remember Ryan's Steakhouse, which is you go to the buffet? It's called a steakhouse, but everyone goes for the buffet. We go to Ryan's all the time with a gang of us. And is it the greatest food or nothing? No, but a buddy of mine looked at it this way. He said, hey, it's all right. It has mass and occupies space. That's food. There you go. You get full. That's all that matters. Of course, he was skinny as a rail and could out eat everyone. So I don't know how that. Bastard works. I picked up the entire 5-season set of DVD of Sliders. So there, cool. There you go. Golden Corral. You think he's to suffer more? Wow. Jesus. Wait a minute. Actually, Mrs. got a really good steak at GC last. Well, I mean, can it really be that good a steak at Golden Corral, though? I mean, let's just be honest. The sliders are good. You can get some good like fried chicken and stuff like that. Damn, I'm hungry now. Wow, Hungry Boy, you just predicted one that's going to be on there. And they got all 19 episodes. You can get that on DVD for like $10 now, I think. I forgot to order it. Thanks for reminding me, Hungry Boy. I got to order that because I have a bootleg. Special Unit 2 was a great show. More like, sort of like the Crystal Burgers, except the Golden Corral sliders are way better than Crystal Burgers. Well, in my never a humble opinion. Chicken fried steak. Damn it, everyone's making me freaking hungry. Wasn't that 7 years ago? What was 7 years ago, Narat? Oh, dear, oh, dear. Wow. What was 7 years ago? Sorry, everyone. I was having a bit of a technical issue there. Bacon. Luis Farrow, thank you for being here tonight. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, my dear. You take care. Bacon wrapped bacon with an extra side of bacon. And with bacon bacon sauce, bacon flavor. I already added GC into the list of places to hit when Ash visits. Okay. Okay. You're going to bring Ash to Golden Corral. Oh, my goodness. Well, now I just got to think of what to do for Monday night. There were a lot of people streaming today. I mean, I know everyone was out doing Christmassy crap, but a lot of people did stream today, and I missed a lot of it, and I didn't even go anywhere. It's weird. That's crazy. Oh, well. Okay, what? Hungry Boy? I can't. What am I going to do Monday night? It's weird because this is what we do on Saturday nights here, except we're not talking about Trek. And that's right. Cardinal Sin has been talking to Tracy Torme, who created Sliders. So, yeah. Yes, you may. Thank you. Cardinal Sin says, may I announce midnight to midnight tonight at midnight, which makes sense, Central, on the Cardinal Sin channel. You may. Yep. So, and I'll have it all wrapped up before we get out of here anyway. But everyone, if you have not already, and I think I have a link Let me get his link. Let me find his link. Oh, there we go. I got it. If you have not already, my friends, would you please go to my buddy Cardinal Sin's channel. Here's the description. Here's the link right there. And please subscribe. And of course, he will be doing a show in a little under an hour. It's called Midnight to Midnight, but he doesn't actually go one midnight to the other. That's just a figure of speech. Although you never know. It could happen. It could happen. He might do that. Who are we to tell him what to do? If he decides to go midnight to midnight, then I say more power to him. Oh, man. There we go. But before we get out of here, we're going to say hello to a good buddy. Merry Christmas, bro.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Clobby.
Oops.
Hope everyone had a great night.
I think I pulled my...
Good...
There you go. Now I hear you. You sound tired. Are you tired, bro?
Well, I'm tired, and I got to keep my voice down, too. So.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I understand.
Yeah. Yep. There's no air conditioning, and we don't live in a war zone, so got to keep it down.
There you go. Well, I understand. Well,
yep. No, it's a good.
You have to work on some soundproofing.
Yeah. I got to get that going. Yep. I just won't laugh too hard. Yep.
No.
It was a fun show tonight.
We'll get out of here in a minute. But I want to say hi to you since I know you were.
No, it's man, great. So. Great to say. Yeah. Merry Christmas to everyone. Yep. Fun review there. Yeah, those Doctor Who Christmas specials. God. It was only 10 years ago we're getting, or less, getting some great shows. So, yeah, it's a shame what happened. Well, we want to focus on the good stuff, but yeah, we had
but
really good shows.
I think it was so much fun to look forward to those.
Yeah, you waited a while. You're like, now I can watch the Who's, Christmas
you get
special.
Done with all your Christmas. Yeah, especially here now. I don't know how it is over there across the pond. I know. Well, yes, it's similar to them because it's like 6 p.m. or something. For them that comes on or whatever, what have you. So yeah, you get all your Christmas crap done if or a lot of people anyway.
Yep.
And you had that thing recorded, or you get to it was amazing. It was fun to look. I couldn't wait. They weren't all great, as I ran down my list and I said what I thought of them, but it was fun to look forward to it every time.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we do the Italian Christmas Eve, so that like Christmas Eve is the big night. Like I always tell the story when my brother-in-law married my sister, and he's like, Christmas Day, he's like, well, what are you guys doing today? We're like, nothing. We had the big, 50 people in the family over last night. It's like, well, what do you mean? You're not going to cook a roast beef or a turkey? You're like, no. So then he started doing that on Christmas Day. It's like a food overkill. So today we had a, pretty relaxing day. But like, for us, and, the Who special would come on and everyone else would be, asleep or, wiped out by then. So I would watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, that's great. Do you guys have a place up there called Honey Baked Ham?
Nope. Well, not that I know of.
Well,
it's a chain or it's just a one-off place?
It's around here, and they make like you take orders for their various holidays and stuff. But anyway, my son got me one because everybody was gone. I was home by myself today, so he got me one.
Nice.
But he got a ham, but he got me a turkey. We hadn't touched the ham yet, and I mean it's all sliced for sandwiches and stuff like that, and it's just so unbelievably good that down here. So I mean, when someone says we got a turkey or a ham from Honey Baked Ham, people go, "Oh man, that's fantastic."
That's really cooked really well. Huge. Perfect. Yep.
So, good God. So yeah, I'm thinking about it right now. I think I need to go knock out the rest of that. Oh, right. Max knows of it. There you go. Honey Baked Ham is a mob scene. It is.
No, we don't have anything good like that around here. Not for, you can go, you can get, like there's certain places that'll like do food catering, I guess, or like, but not too many places you can get stuff like that.
They have them there in Florida too. So there you go. Okay. I didn't get any turducken, but I've heard of it. You know what? I've never had turducken. Only heard of turducken when John Madden would talk about it
Yep.
on the football game. Some turducken. Brett Favre is going to win this game and is going to eat some turducken for Thanksgiving. Okay, I can't do Madden.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear.
You can never have too much food on the holidays, right?
No, nope. So,
but you don't like sea bugs, though. Yeah, so you
No,
wouldn't have
sir.
been too happy at our house. You would have just had been able to eat the pasta. That's about it.
so that's all there was. No turkey, no.
No,
Other
we
meat
do.
or
It's
anything?
it's like the 7 fish. So we have, all your favorite sea bugs like shrimp and smelts, and I love eel and scallops, squid, calamari, seafood salad. No snails if snail messiah is out there.
So no, like just you get spaghetti
Whitefish
and
like
meatballs.
halibut. No meatballs. No, because traditionally, Italians as Catholics wouldn't have meat on Christmas too. So you would have just all fish. So, or Christmas Eve. It was Christmas Eve. So you would have no meat and all fish. So whitefish or halibut or cod or if you get fancy, you have like lobster tails or something. But yeah, so just you would have had just the spaghetti and of course, Grandma used to make the pasta sauce or the gravy, you call it, with calamari in it. So even you wouldn't have been safe from the sauce. You would have had a pasta with butter, maybe. Yep,
Nice.
that's a
So
great
you had-
tradition, though.
you had
But then
good
you'd have
stuff then, huh?
good stuff. But like this year with COVID, everyone was, it was just my family and my mom and and like two really close, like her cousin who's like her sister, and everyone else had to stay home because of everyone's getting the vid now, unfortunately, with tests or exposed to people or so it's I hope everyone's staying safe out there. But I know a ton of people that came down with, but fortunately, knock on wood, so far most people just have it's like a really bad cold or a flu, but so far. But,
Well, that's good. Hey, Raymond. Merry Christmas, Raymond. You up late, brother?
Hey, RN, yeah, that's up late for him, isn't it?
Yeah, he
Just
is.
teasing, Raymond. Yep. Merry Christmas.
What is gabagool?
How do you spell that?
Max Redstone
Max
wrote it. I
got
don't
that
know.
in there. I'm not sure
I
what that
probably
is.
read it wrong because I'm an idiot, but
I don't know what that is. Yep.
huh.
Let's see. Oh, it's I'm Googling, of course, the power of Google. It looks like some kind of Italian.
Uh-oh. Raquel, he's kidding. He duck go there. Promise.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a phrase in like Staten Island. Yep.
It's a Jersey thing.
Yeah, Jersey
Oh,
thing. Yep.
it's a spiced ham.
Yep. Cured meat. Yep. Pork neck. Yep. I might have had it at one point. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, they say honey baked ham ain't that cheap either. But he got me a big, fairly sizable order of I haven't got the ham part yet, but got the turkey. And it's in this wonderful, oh my God, the stuff, whatever this juice it's in. And they cut it, you had it cut in slices for sandwiches.
For sandwiches and stuff. Yep.
And he gave it to me because he went to be with his mom. He got back tonight, came in late, he came in tonight for some reason. And I said, well, I'm just telling you now, I knocked out a bunch of that. He goes, oh, look, I got it for you. And he looked at, oh my God. I said, you said you got it for me. Screw you.
I'm not
Damn
sharing.
straight. And if I see any more in there when I go in, if there's any left, it's gone.
It's gone.
That bitch is gone. I will disappear.
I had so much food the last 2 days. Actually, after even with all this food talk, I'm not hungry, which is not easy to do for me.
This is the first Christmas where I didn't have any turkey and well, I had turkey.
Yeah, turkey. Yep.
Well, not turkey, no, because I actually had that last night. I got in this weird mood. I didn't eat till real late. I don't do that lately, and I just wanted a mama breakfast. You know what a mama breakfast is?
Nope.
No reason you should, but my mama, my grandma, used to make breakfast, which is just your basic bacon and eggs and toast,
Yep.
But that's what I call a mama breakfast. So I made that
Comfort food. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, sometimes
over
sometimes
easy eggs.
breakfast for dinner is good. Sometimes
This is 3:00 in the afternoon. So
Yeah. Well, late
yeah.
lunch. Yep.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll do that. I'll be like, I'm just making breakfast for dinner tonight. It's easy and it's good. Yep.
Then I was watching some of these Doctor Who specials. So
I was watching some Blake 7 and putting together my Enterprise. So
oh, cool, excellent.
Which has got a bazillion stickers on it. I got that Playmobil Enterprise, which you saw the picture of.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So, I think Michael got that one.
I haven't seen. I checked. I didn't see him. I didn't see him with a video. I mean, wouldn't surprise me if he had it, but
I can't remember. I don't know if you're still here, Michael Retro Blasting, but the Playmobil Enterprise. Maybe I'm wrong. By the way, I went on their wonderful Christmas live stream today. I love the Retro Blasters. That was so much. That was so much fun hanging out with them. Scuba was on there before me. Did you see Scuba Pete with his shirt?
No, I missed. Well, because we had. Everyone was over. People over today for food. Yep.
I mean, put it this way: Jimmy Buffett is putting a contract out on him right now as we speak to get that shirt back.
He's wearing a Buffett shirt.
It's got parrots all over it. Hey, Parrot Head.
Oh, Parrot Head.
Should have saw the shirt. Parrot Head was there earlier. I don't know if that Scuba was wearing on the retro plastic thing today.
Nice.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, so I got that Playmobil Enterprise and a bunch of nice 4K DVDs and some. Yeah. I got some more pops from the kids, so you can't pick on them because they're from my kids. I got the Silver Surfer and a couple other characters. And what else did I get? Yeah, just some fun. My wife found some like Star Wars Legos that people were. They have like a tag sale group on Facebook, for people getting rid of stuff, so trading stuff away. Like, so she picked up like
all right,
Star
Max.
Wars Legos. Yep. Oh, good night, Max Redstone. Merry Christmas. Yep.
Take it easy, Max. Have a good fly. Oh, flying the drone. Cool.
Nice. I got a new drone. Cool.
Here. It just doesn't feel like Saturday night, does it?
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's not a normal Saturday night. Yeah.
I keep thinking, it's this Saturday night, or as the song says, another Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody. Sorry.
Nope. But yeah, no, it's
that's cool. So you got some cool stuff.
Yeah, I got some fun stuff. Yeah, so
show that on Geekery tomorrow night, or what?
I will show that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a show tomorrow. I'm gonna check, but I don't think I'm doing anything tomorrow night. So I'll probably do a show, and show that off. But I don't know how I can get on a camera. The thing is so damn big. Once I finally, they said no assembly, but there's I'll have to take some. I'm doing a time lapse movie, putting it together, but there's there's a bazillion stickers on the thing. It's like one of those, it's like no assembly required. It looks like, and then like 3 hours later you're done, kind of deal. But no, it's pretty amazing kit.
Merry Christmas to you, and I'll never be able to pronounce that right.
Nope.
I like the way Raquel pronounces it.
That's a good license plate for your car if you could get it. Because then no cop could pull you over, right? Calling it in. It's NNMM.
Yep, they would trip all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's Boxing Day. That's right. Yeah.
What is? Oh yeah.
Boxing Day in the UK.
Who is it? Rocky Balboa and who else? Oh, that kind of boxing.
Yeah.
Americans, I only know what Boxing Day is because I watch British TV shows. None of us would know. If you said that to most Americans, they go, "What? They're into boxing? Cool."
Yeah.
They wouldn't know what that is.
Only Doctor Who fans would know.
Yep.
In America.
Or Blackadder or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blackadder. Boxing Day. It took me a while to figure it out when I was hearing it all the time.
Yeah, I know. It's like Muhammad Ali's day. What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Boxing Day. Did you get Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Yeah, I got it for my tree. Yep, got the Rock'em for the ornament. Yep.
They re-released those a couple of years ago.
Yep, I got that too. I got that.
You do?
Yep. They're smaller though. They're about like 80%.
Yep.
They save plastic and money. Yep.
Not fair.
But, it still works. Still works pretty good. Yep.
I was on with Loki last night, I think, and somebody sent Fat Steven Seagal the MODOK figure, the new one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like $50 freaking or something. I think.
Wow.
And he took it out.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big, right? Yeah, the MODOK's pretty big. Yep.
He's not going to take it all the way. He took it out of the box just enough to show us, and you got to assemble that thing. It's almost like a build, but not really.
Well, I have the Build-A-Figure MODOK from the Legends line, Marvel Legends. I guess they came out with a new one. This new one's much bigger.
I didn't know there was a build. I had the old one from the 90s.
Yeah, wasn't it a Build-A-Figure?
Not the one I got. It's all one piece.
You know, I got a crappy memory, so.
They may have done a build, but why would you need to do a build on MODOK when he's...
I'm checking it now. Let's see. Yeah, it was a Build-A-Figure. Marvel Legends Series 15, because I have it. Toy
Biz from the 90s. So.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on my shelf, yeah. But, you know, doesn't mean I'm... Yeah, it was Beta Ray Bill, or maybe that was a newer one, yeah. Who the heck knows these days?
Yeah, there is a new one out there. That's what I'm saying. There's a
yeah, but much bigger one, probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He looks too much on the box. I would swear they're trying to make him look like he does on that shitty cartoon.
Probably.
Patton Oswalt.
That cartoon is horrible. I guess if you like that humor, but that's just not my style of humor. But I mean, the animation's beautiful. It looks great. I think characters look good. But I watched maybe half the episodes and checked out.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go see Spider-Man again one day next week.
That's not a bad plan.
You can go again?
Well, the wife wants to see it, so maybe I'll take the missus and.
This movie's crazy, dude. It's about to hit $1 billion.
That quickly?
How often does your wife want to see a superhero movie?
About once every 10 years.
Well, if you need any more weirdness, my mom and dad are going this. They're like I said, they went to visit my brother in Orlando, and I was talking to them today or yesterday, whatever it was, and they said that one of them, my son's. My brother's stepson, whatever, got them tickets for the movie. I said, "Oh, what movie?" And they said, "Spider-Man. We're going to go see Spider-Man one day this week." My mom and dad going to see Spider-Man?
Wow.
If you know my mom and dad, they'll watch once in a while. They'll watch something like with superheroes in it, but they don't go out of their way.
Yeah, well, it just shows you the appeal of Spider-Man and good word of mouth and. People wanting to get back out again too, so it's God, for parents to say, older parents to say, I want to go see Spider-Man.
They're in their 80s.
Yep. So,
although when I went to see the Avengers, one of the many times I went to see the Avengers in 2012, it was one time I went there and it was okay. I'm old, but I'm talking about people who make me people I can call old. Okay,
yeah,
about 4 or 5 of them sitting in front of us. And I was, I was kind of tickled. I go, wow, what are old people doing in this thing? I see like people bringing kids or whatever, but they were just, and I just thought it was kind of funny. Well, they seemed, they seemed engaged into it. And after the movie, when it was about to go on, I talked to them and they were talking about, they enjoyed it. And I said, well, you ought to wait because there's going to be a scene after the
credits.
Goes, oh, really? And like, wow.
Thank you. Yeah.
You have to tell people that are a lot in that theaters for Marvel movies. Every time I'm there, you have to tell somebody.
Don't leave. Yeah, I'm always wondering why so many people are leaving. I don't want
unless you just don't care.
Yeah. No,
if you didn't like the movie and you don't give a crap's one thing, but a lot of people go, "Oh, really?" Yeah. And then after Infinity War, I remember like 15 or 13, 20 people or whatever were about to walk out, and I stopped them and I said, "Oh, okay, thanks." And so they watched that dumb scene, and then. Hear him in this theater with like 20 people when they see that stupid insignia on Nick Fury's beeper. I had to explain to every one of them what it was.
Yeah, no one knew it was
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, yeah. People were saying, "Oh, it was Iron Man. It was Iron Man." I'm like, "It's not Iron Man."
Someone did say that. Was that Iron Man? No.
Is that Iron Man? Yeah, because it kind of looked to some people like Iron Man. Yeah. That says Kamala Khan.
Yeah, buddy. So. Wow, I still
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, I heard it's going to hit billion by Monday or something. I don't know if
Wow.
that's true.
That's amazing. Good. And I guess Sony inked another deal with Marvel to keep the series going. So
No, it probably will now.
allegedly, yeah. Well, because they stopped the deal for a while. Remember, there's gonna be no more Tom Holland in the MCU, and then of course, money talks. When there's money to be made. So it's. I just hope they don't go overboard with. Like now, people are talking about doing Amazing Spider-Man 3. It's like those first two movies are so horrible.
Mm,
Unless nothing against
yeah.
the actor, but unless you
Oh,
get
garbage.
the movies are garbage. I mean, it was just
Well, did Alex Klutzman write those
yeah.
stupid things?
Klutzman wrote that, so no shock. So I guess if they got a good writer, but I kind of like the way they left it now, where they you had that nice end point to those characters, and they're out there and doing well, but yeah, it's like, do we really need to have another, a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie again, or I guess. But if they do it right, though, I guess, and people show up, right, they'll. I don't know. I want to see
Yeah,
like an old Spider-Man.
there was no way they weren't going to get. They weren't going to start talking like when something this huge a hit. I think I need this sequel and that sequel and this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
if you
know.
don't have a good if you don't have a good story, it's gonna, all is moot, right? I mean, it's so.
Milk it while they can.
Because you look at it, I mean, how many good Spider-Man movies have we had? I mean, the first two are generally considered really good, right? And this one, right? And then
for me,
and people, I mean, I like Spider-Man in Civil War, but
yeah,
but the new Spider-Man movies, I mean, I guess the first one was okay. The second one, there were some good scenes in it. Like nothing is it wasn't horrible, but it just didn't do it for me. I guess there's no Spider-Man spark there. Just, but this one did a really nice job of hitting that nostalgia. So even with horrible previous movies with those with the Amazing Spider-Man with got Electro. What a terrible villain Electro was. I mean, could you get any worse? I mean, yeah,
so bad.
Yeah, of course it was written by Kurtzman. Yeah, so but Garfield was never a bad Spider-Man per se. I mean, and Emma Stone is a really great actress, I think. So
I mean, he actually talks like Spidey when he's wearing the costume in those dumb movies.
Yeah. So also calling for they're tweeting, make Garfield's iteration of Spider-Man. So who the heck knows? But
it seems to me that Tobey's way more popular.
Probably, yeah. Especially when people are older too. That and his movies are really good too. I mean, other than the third one, was a mess, but I think the first two were so good and the third one had a couple of good scenes in it. And it was, it's him. So other than that crazy, the end, just it went totally off the rails at the end of that movie, stuffing Venom into that. That was a mess. So
it was also ridiculous to have Flint Marko kill Uncle Ben. That made me really aggravated.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Why
to tie those together? Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, they didn't need to have that happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yep.
Well, everyone, we kept them all here. You all here for a while tonight, and I thank you all for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. Just next week, I'll probably talk about canceled TV shows, cancel too quickly or something. I've been talking about doing that forever, so maybe next week's the week to do it. New Year's night. What the hell?
Yep.
I'll put together a type of list of it. What the hell? We'll just hang out for New Year's. And then the week after that, Saturday night Star Trek will return. So,
looking forward to that. Yep.
Yep. Kind of looking forward to that. I'm going to say again, I hope you all had a wonderful Merry Christmas. Snortopupus Cuber, Raymond Feliciano, the Great Hungry Boy, D. Bud Martin, the lovely Six. The lovely Sherry was here as well. And the lovely Janet from Another Planet was here. Let's see here. Who else was here? So let's backtrack a little bit. In was here. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you. The Catman, a.k.a. Dina Miters. Max Redstone. Dad Man Walking. Steve Mitchum. Andy Masterson. Cardinal Sin. Please go check out. Cardinal Sin's going to be going on a little while, guys. Please go check him out for his midnight to midnight thingy. Let's see. Mr. Angel, buddy. Merry Christmas to you. I hope you're feeling well, Chef. That 70s rock phone, brother. Backtrack and find anyone who was having. I hope I don't miss anyone, but you all know how that goes with my stupid memory. Louise X Sparrow had to, I believe. Yes, she did, but it's lovely to see you. Kal-El, buddy. Thank you, sir. Narat Bear. I don't like to miss anybody. Your Muslim uncle, thank you so much for that super chat, and thank you so much for being here, my friend. I really appreciate that. Cardinal Sin, brother. I hope you have a great stream tonight, man. I think we got pretty much everybody.
Oh, you said Retro Blasting too, right?
You did, actually. I was about to. Did he pop in again?
No. You said.
I'm glad you remembered, Jeff. Because Retro Blasting, again, the great channel. Please, of course, there's a link to them in my description below, as there is to many other fantastic and wonderful channels. Everyone, please go to Retro Blasting and subscribe. Also, go to. I'll put your link in there as well.
Yep. Oh yeah, if I could just plug, there's a
go for
it. Show that it's a Christmas special, holiday special. Rob Mathis is a musician. You probably never heard of him, but he worked with Sting. He's like a producer, behind the scenes guy, and he's a local guy. And every year, for like 20 years, he's been doing a Christmas concert, holiday concert. And with the vid, the last few years, it's been unfortunately it's been online, but he does have a holiday special that's online. So you want to watch something put you in the Christmas spirit, or some great jazz. If you like jazz music, he does some like rearrangements of traditional songs with jazz. He's a great singer. So I'll put that video in I did on that with the link
to
his to the show. So if you're looking for something to watch, even though it's the day after Christmas, you can still listen to Christmas music. But the holiday concert's fantastic. He's a uber talented guy and has a great band, and it's not as good as being there in person, but it's still pretty nice. I watched it. It's really good. And there's also there's a charity that they're donating money for people that need help. It's Food Rescue US. So if you feel like it, if you felt like the concert was worth something to you, it's free to watch on YouTube, but you can donate to that cause. But yeah, highly recommended. So check it out, and appreciate that.
Absolutely. And please, of course, everyone, if you have not already, you probably already have here, but if not, subscribe to Mark D with the C's channel. And of course, check out the literary works of our wonderful first officer, Raquel. There's the link for that. And of course, there are many other links to extraordinary channels in to check below. So, everyone, not only a Merry Christmas, but I should tell you up front.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
And as far as canceled shows,
Briscoe, Bowler, I hope to see you in action again soon.
Count on it. Well, maybe after a brief hiatus.
Beautiful country, isn't it, Bowler?
God bless America.
What do you say we put some miles under these horses? You ready, Comet? Let's ride.
Thank you, by the way, for that.
You're welcome.
Gets me
Yep.
right in the fifis, as kids say.
Keister, yep.
Well, everyone, I guess I don't have any intro outro music for tonight since it's not Saturday Night Star Trek time. So I played a bunch of different hodgepodge of stuff. I guess I'll just I'll play the Saturday Night Star Trek thing. What the hell? It is Saturday night. Thank you all, everyone. Take care. Merry Christmas to you. And next up, Happy New Year. But I hope to see you all here at Mark's show tomorrow night.
Yep.
And Monday night, Mark's Comics Talk, whatever I end up doing.
I protest. I am not a merry man.